You know that feeling, right? You spend ages crafting what you think is, like, Instagram gold, the perfect photo, a witty caption, maybe even a slick reel, and then almost nothing. Tumbleweeds.
Crickets.
Exactly.
Uh,
Feels like your best stuff just disappears. If that sounds familiar to you listening, seriously, you are not alone. Getting noticed on Instagram can be tough.
it really can, but it doesn't have to feel like just pure luck or guesswork.
Right. It's less about randomly going viral and more about, you know, understanding the actual strategies that help people find your content. And hey, if you're looking for a bit of a head start, like a jump start for boosting your social profiles, you might want to check out a site like rapidboost.net. But today, our mission is really to cut through all that confusion and give you a clear roadmap, sort of a practical guide to help your Instagram content actually find its audience.
Exactly. And we're not just gonna, skim the surface with basic tips everyone's heard. We've really dug into how Instagram actually surfaces content. We're looking at the mechanics, the stuff happening behind the scenes,
Yeah.
so you can strategically position yourself for much better visibility. Think of this deep dive as your shortcut, really, to understanding what grabs Instagram's attention.
And, more importantly, the attention of new people, potential followers.
Precisely.
Okay, so Instagram. It's this huge, constantly moving feed of stuff. It feels, frankly, a bit overwhelming sometimes. How does it even begin to decide what I see versus what someone else sees?
Yeah, it seems chaotic, but at its core, it's all about Instagram's algorithms. Now, algorithms sounds kind of scary, maybe,
A little bit.
but really, they're just these complex systems built for one main reason: keep users like you and me engaged, keep us on the platform longer.
Makes sense from their perspective.
Totally. So understanding the key things these algorithms look for, what they prioritize, that's your first real lever to pull if you want to expand your reach.
Okay, so what are those key levers then? If we want to play the game, what should we actually be focusing on?
Well, there are four main areas to keep in mind. First, engagement, that's likes, comments, saves, shares, all those interactions. Then, relevance, how much your content matches someone's interests based on what they usually look at.
Okay.
Third is relationships, how much you interact with other accounts and they interact back. And finally, timeliness or recency. Although that one matters a bit less than it used to, honestly.
Oh, interesting. So fresh content isn't the only thing anymore.
It still gets a slight boost, yeah. But the engagement, relevance, and relationship factors often carry way more weight for getting discovered long term now.
Okay, so let's say I post a quick snappy reel versus maybe a more detailed guide in a carousel post. Are the algorithms looking for different signals for those?
That's a really sharp question. Yes, they are to some extent. While the basics are the same, certain metrics become more critical depending on the format.
How so?
Well, for regular feed posts, especially if you want to land on the Explore page, saves and shares are huge, like incredibly powerful signal.
Why those specific?
Because they tell Instagram, hey, this content isn't just liked, people find it genuinely valuable, they want to keep it or pass it on. It signals higher quality, you know?
Gotcha. Value. And for video?
Reels. For Reels and longer videos too, watch time and completion rate are absolutely crucial. If people stick around and watch most or all of your video, Instagram sees that as super engaging content.
Okay.
And then across everything, comments, conversations, in DMs, those show your content is sparking actual interaction. And profile visits, that signals deeper interest. Someone saw your post and thought, I want to know more about this account.
So just getting loads of likes on a reel isn't the whole story if people bail after 2 seconds.
Exactly right. Instagram wants content that holds attention. High watch time on a reel means it's captivating. Lots of saves on a feed post suggests it offers lasting value. It's really about the quality of the engagement, not just like the raw number of taps.
Okay, that clarifies things. Now, what about all the chatter around shadow banning? This idea that, using too many hashtags or posting at the wrong time gets you secretly penalized. What's the reality there?
Yes, the shadow ban myth. Look, if you consistently break Instagram's rules, community guidelines, stuff like hate speech, spam, that kind of thing, yeah, your visibility will absolutely tank.
Sure.
And buying fake followers or likes, that's a terrible idea. It definitely hurts you. But this idea that you get secretly punished for using, say, 20 relevant hashtags instead of 10, or posting at 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m., it's largely overblown.
Really?
Yeah, think about it. Instagram wants to show people good, engaging content that follows the rules. Why would they hide it arbitrarily? Often when people think they're shadow banned, it's more likely due to other factors. Maybe they got inconsistent with posting, or their content just isn't hitting the mark with the algorithm's current priorities, or maybe competition increased.
So focus on quality and genuine interaction instead of worrying about secret punishments.
Precisely. That's a much more reliable path to getting seen.
Okay, solid advice. So we understand a bit more about how Instagram thinks. What's the very first, like the foundational thing we need to nail to actually get our stuff discovered?
Right. The absolute starting point. It's your profile. Your profile needs to be optimized for discovery. Think of it as your shop window, your digital handshake. It's often the first impression, and it has to instantly tell people who you are, what you do, and why they should care, why they should stick around or follow you.
Right. So that blurry profile picture I took on holiday 5 years ago probably isn't cutting it.
Probably time for an update. Yeah, your profile picture needs to be crisp, clear, easily recognizable, usually your face if it's a personal brand, or a clean logo.
Okay.
Your username. Keep it simple, memorable. Ideally, try to include a relevant keyword if it fits naturally, Avoid tons of numbers or underscores if you can.
Makes sense.
And then the bio, that's like prime real estate. You've got limited space, so use it wisely. Tell people exactly what you do and who you help. Use clear keywords that people in your niche might actually search for.
Keywords in the bio. Okay.
Yeah, and critically, have a call to action. What do you want them to do next? Like a wellness coach might say, helping busy mums find calm, free meditation guide and highlights. Something like that.
Okay, and those little circles under the bio, the story highlights, are they actually important for discovery? I always thought they were just for saving old stuff.
Oh, they're way more than that. They are super valuable. Think of them like mini landing pages.
Landing pages. How so?
You can use them strategically to showcase testimonials, product features, answers to common questions, behind-the-scenes stuff, maybe link to your best resources or lead magnets. It lets new visitors instantly get a feel for your best content and value, even if they just landed on your profile.
That's smart. Sort of a curated greatest hits collection.
Exactly.
You mentioned keywords in the bio and username. Is Instagram searchable beyond just usernames and hashtags now? Like, can people find me by searching for vegan recipes London?
Absolutely. Instagram search has gotten much more sophisticated. People do search using general keywords now, not just specific account names or hashtags.
Wow, okay.
So, strategically weaving relevant keywords into your profile is key. That means your display name, which is separate from your username and is searchable, your bio, and even consistently in your post captions. Think, what terms would my ideal follower actually type into that search bar?
So my display name could be more descriptive than just my name.
Yes. For instance, instead of just Jane Smith, it could be Jane Smith, Toronto Nutrition Coach. That immediately adds searchable keywords.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
And what about getting people off Instagram to my website, my shop, whatever?
Right, the link in bio. It's essential. And don't just stick one static link there forever. Consider using one of those link in bio tools.
Like Linktree or something similar.
Exactly. They let you create a simple landing page with multiple buttons linking out to your website, your latest blog post, your newsletter sign up, your shop, whatever's important right now. It keeps your main profile clean, but gives visitors options.
Okay, profile optimized, link sorted. Now the big one, the content itself. What kind of content should we focus on to really maximize discovery?
Yeah, this is crucial. It's not just about posting often. It's about the type and quality of what you post. And right now, like it or not, Instagram is heavily favoring video.
Reels and stories.
Reels and stories, yes. Especially short-form video. Embracing these isn't really optional anymore if you want broader reach. You need to be thinking about creating snappy, engaging, shareable clips.
What's working best with Reels specifically?
Reels under, say, 15 seconds often do well. Using trending audio can give you a boost. Definitely add captions. So many people watch with the sound off. And you need to grab attention literally in the first second or two.
What kind of stuff? Like dancing?
It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Think behind-the-scenes looks, quick tips or tutorials, maybe telling a short story visually. Stuff that's authentic and provides value or entertainment quickly.
Okay, so lean into short video. Does that mean traditional photos or longer videos are dead for discovery?
Not dead, no, but maybe less prioritized for broad reach right now. However, don't sleep on carousel posts. Those posts with multiple images or videos you swipe through,
Yeah, I like those.
they often get really good engagement because people spend more time interacting with them, swiping through. They're fantastic for things like before and afters, step-by-step guides, breaking down info into smaller chunks, or sharing like mini case studies.
That makes sense. More time spent equals good signal.
Exactly. And for building real-time connection, going live is powerful. Instagram often pushes notifications for lives, and doing a collaborative live with someone else in your niche, great way to cross-pollinate audiences.
Smart. What about using content that my audience makes? Like if a customer posts a picture with my product.
Oh, user-generated content, UGC, that's absolute gold.
Why is it so good?
Two main reasons. First, it's incredible social proof. It shows real people are using and liking your stuff, which builds trust like crazy. Second, when you share it, you're potentially tapping into their network, exposing your account to new people.
So how do you encourage that?
You can run contests, create a specific branded hashtag and ask people to use it, or simply make a habit of reposting when people tag you. And never forget the power of your own captions. Ask questions, start a conversation, prompt people to tag a friend who'd relate. That little nudge can really amplify things.
Okay, so we're creating awesome reels, carousels, using UGC, writing great captions. Now, how do we help the right people find it? Hashtags, right? That's still a thing.
Still definitely a thing and a powerful tool for discovery, but you gotta be smart about it. It's not just about stuffing 30 random tags in there.
So it's a smart way.
Research. You need a good mix. Some broader, more popular hashtags, yes. But also, crucially, niche-specific hashtags that really describe your content and target audience. And if you have one, a branded hashtag.
How do you find good ones?
There are tools out there, like Hashtagify, but honestly, just using Instagram's search bar is pretty good. Type in a keyword, see what related tags pop up, look at the post volume for them.
Right, and where do they go? Caption? First comment, doesn't matter.
The jury's still out on whether one is definitively better for the algorithm. Both work. Caption means they're right there. First comment keeps the caption looking cleaner.
So test it out.
Exactly. Experiment, see what works for you. The most important thing is to actually track which hashtags seem to be driving views. You can see some of this in your post insights and adjust your strategy. And definitely avoid banned or overly spammy tags. That can hurt you.
You mentioned post volume. Should I only aim for hashtags with millions of posts?
Not necessarily. Actually, it can be counterproductive. Your post might just get instantly buried in a sea of content on those massive hashtags.
Ah, okay.
Often targeting hashtags with a smaller, more focused audience, maybe in the tens or low hundreds of thousands of posts, can be more effective. You have a better chance of standing out to a really relevant, engaged group. It's about relevance over just sheer reach sometimes.
That makes sense. Find your pond.
Find your pond. And don't forget location tags. If you're a local business or talking about a specific place, tag the location in your posts and stories. People search by location all the time. It's huge for local discovery.
So helpful. Okay, putting this all together, what about when we post? Does timing still make a big difference for discovery?
It does, yeah. It still plays a role. Now, there's no single magic hour that works for everyone, everywhere. But general research, from places like Sprout Social often points to weekdays, maybe late morning to early afternoon, like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. local time, as being strong engagement periods.
But that's just a general guide.
Exactly. The real gold is in your own Instagram insights. You need to dive into your analytics, look at your audience data, and see when your specific followers are most active online. That's the data you should trust most.
Okay, so use my own data.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the time. It's about being consistent too, right? You can't just post randomly once a month.
Oh, absolutely. Consistency is massive. It signals to your audience that you're reliable, and it signals to the algorithm that you're an active, valuable account.
How consistent are we talking? Daily.
For growth, aiming for something like 3 to 5 feed posts per week is a good target. And for stories, maybe 1 to 3 daily to stay top of mind.
Okay.
Also, think about creating predictable content patterns, like maybe every Friday you do a Q&A or Tuesdays are behind the scenes. These signature content themes build anticipation and reward the algorithm.
Creates loyalty.
It does. And while we said recency isn't everything, Instagram still tends to show content from accounts people interact with often. So having a mix of that timely, fresh content along with your evergreen stuff is a really solid strategy.
Okay, wow. We're optimizing, creating great content using hashtags, posting consistently. how do we actually know if it's working? How do we track discovery?
Right, time to talk analytics. You absolutely have to be looking at your Instagram insights. It's not optional if you're serious about growth.
What are the key numbers to watch?
Track your reach. That's the number of unique accounts that saw your content. And impressions, the total number of times it was seen. But for discovery specifically, pay super close attention to your discovery sources in your post insights.
Discovery sources. What does that tell me?
It shows you where people found your content. Was it from their home feed, existing followers mostly? From hashtags, from your profile?
Oh,
Or the exciting one from the Explore page? A big spike in reach coming from Explore is a great sign that a post resonated beyond your followers.
explore is the goal for new eyes.
Often, yes. And you should definitely compare how different types of content perform. Are your reels bringing in way more non-followers than your static photos?
Yeah, like compare reels versus carousels versus single images.
Exactly. See what's getting more saves, more shares, more reach to people who don't follow you yet. Use that data to double down on what works and maybe adjust what doesn't. Even big brands are constantly testing formats.
Smart. Anything else in analytics?
Yeah, look at your audience demographics, too. Who are these new people finding you? What age are they? Where are they located? Knowing that can help you tailor future content even better.
Can you give an example? Like, has someone really used all this and seen results?
Definitely. Think about, say, a small independent coffee shop. Let's imagine they were posting nice photos of lattes, but weren't growing much beyond regulars.
Okay.
So they start implementing this stuff. They begin posting short reels, maybe showing the barista making a cool design, highlighting a new pastry, featuring a local musician playing on Saturday. They get strategic with hashtags, mixing hashtag coffee shop finds with hashtag your city name eats and maybe a specific neighborhood tag.
Mm-hmm.
They optimize their bio specialty coffee and local pastries in neighborhood city. They start engaging more, replying to comments, commenting on other local businesses' posts.
So putting it all together.
Exactly. And maybe within a few months, they check their insights and see profile visits from non-followers are way up. Reach from explorers climbing. They might even notice more new faces coming in saying, hey, I saw you guys on Instagram. They might get featured by a local food blogger who discovered them via a hashtag. That's the kind of tangible result we're talking about.
That's a great practical example. Okay, this has been incredibly insightful. If someone listening wants to start boosting their discovery today, what are the absolute must-do steps? Boil it down for us.
Okay, let's make it an action plan. Ready?
Ready?
1. Profile power-up. So look at your profile right now. Is the username clear? Pick sharp? Bio compelling with keywords? Highlights useful? Fix it.
Got it. Step 1. Audit the profile.
2. Format fiesta. Start mixing it up. Don't just post photos. Get reels in there. Try carousels. Use stories actively. Strong captions. Clear calls to action on everything.
Step 2. Mix content formats.
3. Hashtag homework. Don't just guess. Research relevant tags, broad niche, maybe branded. Create a few sets to rotate. Use your insights to see what works. Ditch the duds.
Step 3. Smart hashtags.
4. Engagement engine. Be social. Reply to comments, answer DMs. Go out and interact with others in your space genuinely. It's not a one-way street.
Step 4. Engage relentlessly.
5. Primetime posting. Check your insights. Find out when your audience is online and schedule posts for then. Don't just post whenever.
Step 5. Post when they're active.
6. Analyze and adapt. Make it a monthly habit. Look at your analytics. Which posts got the most reach to non-followers? Why? Learn from it and adjust your plan.
Step 6. Track and tweak.
7. Collaborate and connect. Look for chances to collab with others. Encourage and showcase user-generated content. Tag people. Ask people to tag friends. Amplify.
Step 7. Amplify with others. And remember.
Instagram changes. New features pop up, the algorithm evolves, so stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to experiment. What works today might need adjusting tomorrow.
That is such a valuable framework. It really drives home that getting discovered isn't magic. It's strategy. It's understanding the platform, optimizing, creating the right stuff, and being smart about how you share it.
Exactly. It's about putting the pieces together consistently. We've covered a lot. The algorithm, your profile, the content itself, hashtags, timing, analytics, it all connects.
So for everyone listening, the steps are pretty clear now. Time to actually, do the work, update that bio, maybe plan out a few reels, start engaging more intentionally.
Precisely. And maybe leave you with this thought. Imagine what new audiences, what cool opportunities might open up once your awesome content consistently starts reaching beyond the people who already follow you. What's the very first experiment you're going to try based on what we talked about today to start unlocking that potential?